excited to be starting off the season with this video here. So when I started doing the football stuff, football content, it was not even in season, so it's gonna be really fun to do all this in season and kind of see what goes on as the season goes, and just continue to make videos here and there. But I'm gonna do a similar video to what I did in the first one I ever did, and I'm just gonna go through each team, and I'm gonna talk about what I'm excited for, and maybe something I'm not excited for if that team has like a player like that. But yeah, we are gonna see. We're gonna go through every team. I'm probably gonna do timestamps, and I'm doing it all the day of the Thursday game, so I'm hoping I can get it edited before the game and get it uploaded. But yeah, let's get started. The first one, I gotta start off with my Pats, baby. Gotta start off with the Patriots. Gotta start off with the Pats. Alright, what am I excited for? Let's see. I don't know. I'm excited for everything. My whole life, as a Patriots fan, going into every season, it's like, there's only a couple things I gotta look for, and it's, has Brady regressed? No. Okay, Brady's still Brady. Does he have like at least two competent receivers that he can throw to, that are just playmakers? Maybe a stud or two, you know? Yes. Okay. Is our defense average or better? Alright, yes. We're gonna have a good team. And it's how it's always been. Last year, such an interesting experience. Because I didn't know what to expect. And it was obviously a down year, but it really wasn't that bad. Like the team was, I don't know, it was just weird. It was a weird year. But like now, I'm just excited for everything, because I don't know what's gonna happen. I just have no clue. I'm excited for Mac Jones. Let's see what he can do. He's gonna look like a rookie out there. He's gonna make mistakes, but he's got a solid squad around him. We have a good offensive line. I think we're just gonna run the ball. We're gonna try to pound the ball, and then just try to hit quick routes. We're just gonna hit tight ends, throw it out of the backfield. I guess something I'm not excited for is our receivers. I think our receivers are maybe Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers is going to end up being the best one, if he isn't already, but I think the other guys we signed are not going to contribute. I think the tight ends will be good. I think Jonnu will be good. Henry's going to get hurt. Hunter Henry is going to get hurt, guaranteed, but I'm excited. I really am. But yeah, we'll see if we can make the playoffs. That'll be cool. Up next, we have the St. Louis Rams. I'm kidding. We got the LA Rams here. LA Rams. Oh, I thought I broke it. We got the LA Rams. I'm excited for them. Obviously, I'm excited for Stafford. I just want to see what he can do on a better team. The Rams, they got a good defense, and they got weapons for Stafford. The run game is a little weird, but didn't hurt him too much last year. They just don't have like a stud back, but you don't really need one. And Cam Akers went down for the year, but they're going to be fine. It's going to be crazy to see Stafford throwing to Higbee. Or why did I say Higbee first? I don't know why. he's alright, but why did I say him first? Yeah, Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, obviously are the main threats. They're pretty good. Why did I say Higbee first? That's so funny. But yeah, Higbee, he's a good tight end. He's a decent tight end, for sure. But yeah, obviously Woods and Cooper Kupp, main weapons. And I think Stafford's gonna go off because he's gonna have a good defense. I think McVay is gonna give him a good game plan. I think they're gonna be good. This could be Stafford's best year. Maybe not statistically, but team-wise, I think the Rams are gonna just make a run. I mean, of course, they still got the solid defense. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Rams. these are going to have drops. They're going to struggle early on. But what troubles me is what he said in an interview. I think it was an interview, I guess, but he said he's having trouble seeing the ball because it doesn't have the white stripes like it does in college. So he's having trouble seeing the ball. And he also said he sat around on his butt the entire year off that he didn't play. Now, is he exaggerating there? Probably. He probably still put in work, but I don't know, man. It's just, it's a little troubling to hear. Maybe each of those things by themselves, not a big deal, but just having both those things happen together, not a good start for Jamar Chase. I think he's going to have a disappointing rookie year. Doesn't mean he can't bounce back in the future. But yeah, honestly, I'm not excited for them, and obviously their defense, not very good either, so we'll see what the Bengals can do. Up next, we have the Arizona Cardinals. I'm excited for, once again, Kyler Murray. He's back. He's going to be good. And he's got D-Hop. He can chuck the ball, too. So it's going to be an exciting year for them. In the backfield now, they got rid of Kenyon Drake. Drake is gone, but they still have Chris Edmonds. And they brought in James Conner. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But yeah, also they have AJ Green now. That's a weird one. We'll see if he can bounce back. I don't think he will. Christian Kirk, he might have a decent year. Who knows? What am I not excited about with the Cardinals? I guess it'll be interesting to see how Isaiah Simmons does. He struggled his first year in, but he's a freak. So I have no doubt that he'll end up being good. I don't know if you know about the Cardinals defense. They still got Chandler Jones, so they got a decent defense. For sure. Got Zaven Collins this year. Zaven Collins, I like him. I think he'll be good. Linebacker out of Tulsa. But, yeah. Oh my god, I actually forgot. They have J.J. Watt, dude. They had a J.J. Watt. Completely forgot about that. I like their defense, man. They got Watt and Chandler Jones. Dang. I do like them. Of course, Buda Baker out there. Safety. I like the Cardinals. I'm liking the Cardinals, man. I'm liking their look here. I'm liking how they look. Should be an interesting year for them. Up next, we still have the Washington football team. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing this year. I guess I'm excited for Chase Young again. I'm excited for Antonio Gibson. We'll see how he does in his second year. Scary Terry's back. What is he now? Third year? Is he in his third year? Yeah, Scary Terry's in his third year. Yeah. He's gonna be good, but they got Fitzpatrick at QB, and Heineke's the backup. It's just weird. They don't have like a future at QB, so I don't know what's going on with the Redskins. Are they gonna? I don't know what's gonna happen with them. Defensively, honestly, I couldn't tell you much about their defense other than Chase Young. That's how it is for a lot of these teams. I only know so much about their defense. Some of them I don't know anything, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess what I'm not excited for is their future, because they just have no future at quarterback with Fitzpatrick. I like Heineke. He'll forever be the GOAT backup. Well, one of the GOAT, second, Nick Foles. But, yeah, it's just, they just don't really have a future at QB, and they're just gonna, what are they gonna end up being, like 7-10 this year? You know what I mean? Like, they're just gonna have like an 8-9 record. Like, they're just gonna be average. And, I mean, you might as well tank. But they got the tank commander, Fitzpatrick, in there, so. And up next, we got the Seattle Seahawks. Once again, excited for Russell Wilson. I think Chris Carson will have another solid year. They got DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. Exciting for their offense. The O-line's been a little shaky. We'll see how they end up. And the defense hasn't been the same as it has in years past, but I think they'll be decent again. As long as you have Bobby Wagner running your defense, you're going to be good. But, yeah, I think the Seahawks will have a solid year. next we have the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. I'm not excited for them. For one reason. They're not going to be as good as they've been the last 2 years. They've made the conference championship the last 2 years. There's no way they do it a third time. They're easily a playoff team. They have a lot of talent. Rodgers is going to play. Devontae Adams, beast. Aaron Jones, beast. But I think what can they really make they're not the Patriots, alright? There's no way they make the conference championship 3 years in a row. And even if they do, I bet they'll just lose again anyways. But no, yeah, it'll be interesting. Rodgers is gonna be Rodgers. Like I said about their other stars, they're all gonna be big time. It'll depend on the defense. They got a decent defense. Jair Alexander, he's good. But yeah, they're gonna be good. Will they be a Super Bowl team? Probably not. They're gonna make playoffs, but I have a feeling they will not be in the conference championship this year. So we'll see how that plays out. Up next we have the New Orleans Saints. Not only have they had bad weather the last few weeks, they're about to watch a bunch of crappy football. They're about to discover what life is like post-Drew Brees. And it's not going to be a good one. They still have Kamara. But, yeah, Michael Thomas is going to miss like half the year. They're putting it all in Winston's hands. Their defense is okay. Their offense is alright. They're not going to be good, I'm telling you. They made that playoff push last year. It just felt like they were barely winning all the games without Brees. It was just weird. It didn't seem right. They just won way more games than they should have, and got into the playoffs just in time for Brees to come back. But it's gonna be a different year. They're not gonna be good. I'm feeling an 8 and 9 year for them, and just an overall very mediocre year, unfortunately for Saints fans. Up next we have the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. What am I excited? I think Derek Carr is going to be good again. They got Josh Jacobs back. They added Kenyon Drake, so a solid backfield. Darren Waller, going to be good. Other than that, what do they got, man? Who is going to step it up this year and help out on offense? Is it going to be Henry Ruggs? Who knows? And their defense is not great. They're alright, but they're just nothing special, man. They added Trevor Marek in the secondary, but who knows if he'll even be able to contribute as a rookie. We're gonna see, but yeah, I don't know. They got a decent team. We're gonna see what happens with them. I think once again they could make a playoff push, but gotta play the Chiefs twice a year, so that's not great. But I don't know. Who knows? I think they're gonna end up having the same year as last year. We'll see. Maybe even worse. I don't know. We're gonna find out. And speaking of the Chiefs, yeah, they're gonna be good. And I already said it in my one preview video. I think it's pretty foolish to be like, oh, the teams in this Super Bowl, they're both gonna be back next year. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often. But if there is ever a year to bet on it, this has to be the year, right? The Chiefs are just, they've been the same really good squad for the past couple years, and the Bucaneers are just loaded, and they brought everyone back. So if there was a year that it was going to happen, if there was a year for a repeat of a Super Bowl, I'd have to think this was it, right? Or is that just dumb to say? I don't know, because there's always injuries, things change going into the season, but I would never bet on this for most other years, just because two teams don't make it back to the Super Bowl. Just doesn't happen too much. But this could be the year. This kind of feels like a year that it could happen. So Chiefs, man, I don't even have to talk about them. Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Edwards-Helaire, they got mad weapons. Travis Kelce, they're just good, and their defense is good too. So they tried to fix up that offensive line. They had injury problems going into the Super Bowl, so we'll see how they're able to fare through most of this year. Up next, we have the Miami Dolphins. We have the Dolphins interesting to see how they do this year. They are pretty loaded. In past years, they've just had some really bad teams. They actually have some talent on their squad this year. Got a bunch of solid receivers. It's just gonna depend on who steps up. Gaskins is a solid back. How is Tua gonna play, man? How is Tua gonna play? Is he gonna be good? Is he gonna be bad? We don't know. Is he the guy? We're gonna find out. But they got a solid defense, really good defense. One of the better scoring defenses last year, and they're an interesting team. They're definitely a team to watch. But I do believe the Dolphins are gonna dolphin. They're just, I don't know. I've never lived in a world where the Dolphins were good. All right, they've been so bad the last 20 years. It's just the Dolphins are gonna dolphin, man. I think they're gonna be mediocre, just like they are every year. But we'll see. We will see. They do have a lot of things to be excited for, though. Don't get me wrong. They got some solid pieces. We'll see how they do. The Cleveland Browns. Yeah. So they got back in the playoffs last year. Even got to show their fans a nice little win, and then they battled the Chiefs. They had a good year. Baker looks like a solid quarterback. They just have one of the best running back tandem in the NFL by far. It's not even close. Kareem and Chubb are just good, and they got some good receivers too. It's just it'll be interesting to see the Chiefs. So Odell's back. They still have Landry. Who else? They got Austin Hooper, decent tight end. They got some weapons. Peoples-Jones, not the worst receiver, not the worst third receiver out there, but he's gonna be good. They're gonna be good. And of course, Myles Garrett on the defensive side. They got a decent defense out there. Denzel Ward still got him. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Can they do what they did last year? I think they certainly can. I think they're definitely a playoff team. And hopefully Odell can last the season. And if Odell can get back to his, well, I always felt like Odell was like kind of overhyped. But he is good. He is good. So if he can get back to that form, they're a playoff team again, and they could definitely be a threat to the Chiefs for sure. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. They're gonna have to play well. Up next, we have the Carolina Panthers. I'm excited for CMC to be back for sure. Excited for CMC, and we're gonna see what Sam Darnold can do. Unfortunately, I was a Sam Darnold believer for a while. I still think he can be a decent quarterback, but I don't know. We're gonna see. He's got some decent weapons on the Panthers for sure. Of course, just having CMC is gonna help a ton, but they still got Robbie Anderson, still got DJ Moore. They got some talent. They got some decent players for sure. Defensively, don't really know how they're gonna be defensively. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. But yeah, definitely gonna miss the playoffs. So look forward to getting a good draft pick this year. Dude, I feel bad for Texans fans, man. The Texans, they are a dumpster fire. They are just... They had one good thing, and that was Watson. And they're basically just not going to have him play because of all the stuff he has going on. But yeah, it's... I don't know. They are a lock for the number one pick. That's for sure. They have to be. But good luck to Tyrod Taylor. We'll see what he does for him. But yeah, poor Texans fans. Up next, we got the Eagles. Yeah, so they got rid of Wentz. He's on the Colts. All up to Jalen Hurts. It's his job. We've heard good things about him from their players. But is that enough? Is that going to get them wins? We're going to see. Defense ain't great. So, but the defense not great. So, but I am excited for lose it here, I guess. It's just, we'll see. They got Saquon Barkley back. They lost him for all of last year, so that's good. They added Kenny Galladay, but I don't know. I think Joe Judge is a good coach, but it's, I don't know. I don't know what to think of the Giants. They also added Kadarius Toney to their receiving corps, so we'll see. They got Jones's weapons. Barkley's back. We'll see what they can do. This is definitely a prove it or move it year for sure. Up next we have the Indianapolis Colts. We'll see what Wentz can do. Once again, he is injured. Is he gonna play week 1? I'm actually not even 100% sure if he's playing week 1. I think he is, but it wasn't looking good, right? I don't know. I can't even tell you much about the Colts right now, but they got solid defense. In terms of weapons, Jonathan Taylor. They got Jonathan Taylor, but at receiver, Michael Pittman. He's good, but they're just they don't have any great weapons at receiver. So we'll see. We're gonna see. We will see. Up next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alright, Roethlisberger. He looked like he was aging last year. What can he do this year? Can he step it up? Can he improve? The crazy thing was, everybody wrote off the Steelers last year just because they went into such a free fall at the end of the year, but I know some of their wins in what they go 13-0. I know some of the wins weren't like quality, but like they still won 13 games in the National Football League and then just went into a downfall. They're gonna be good. They're a good team. They have good weapons. It'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see Najee. I want to see how good Najee Harris is in the National Football League, but Roethlisberger, he's got the defense. He's got the weapons. This is the year. If he's gonna make a push before he's out of there, he's just getting old. His time is up. So if he's gonna make a push, this is it. This has to be the year. I certainly see them as a playoff team again. I think they'll be better. When the playoffs come around, I think they'll be better than they were when they went into the playoffs last season. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. And we have the San Francisco 49ers. Everybody kind of forgot about them last year because they had so many injuries. And they still had a decent season. Missed the playoffs, but they got Jimmy G fully healthy. Trey Lance in to back up. I think even if Jimmy G gets hurt, I think Lance will come in and still be decent. But the 49ers, playoffs easily. I think they're a really good team for sure. I talked about that in my other video. I think they're going to have a bounce back year. And I think the 49ers will be good. Let's see what we got. Oh, Brandon Ayuk. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to have another good year. Deebo Samuel. He's a tough receiver. He's good. Who else they got? Raheem Mostert. And they added Trey Sermon in the backfield. So, solid backfield. And, of course, their defense. Very good defense. Nick Bosa. All these guys. They're a solid team. They are a very solid team. And I think they're contenders this year for sure. If Jimmy G plays well, they are contenders again. So, we'll see how they do. The Dallas Cowboys. It'll be interesting to see how they end up. Last year was kind of a lost cause. They couldn't get any decent quarterback on the field after Dak got hurt. But Dak is back. I have him on my one fantasy team. So, we'll see. I hope he ends up playing pretty well. And we'll see if Zeke, he kind of had a down year last year. Expect him to bounce back as well. But yeah, of course they got mad weapons on the side. Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. What's the other guy's name? You guys know that the other guy, the other receiver that I'm blanking on right now. But yeah, Michael Gallup. Yeah, they got weapons. They're good. Defense is okay. O-line not as good as it was a few years ago, but we'll see. I think they'll be decent. Could definitely make a playoff. They're definitely a playoff team if their guys are healthy and playing decent. So we will see. Up next, Denver Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater is the starter. They've been betting on Drew Lock, the past basically 2 years, and they gave Bridgewater They have a lot of young potential, for sure. Defense is alright. Their defense is not bad, if I can remember. But it's Bradley Chubb, Kyle Fuller. They got some studs. They got some studs for sure. But yeah, it'll be weird to see because Teddy Bridgewater, I used to like him back in the day, but he's not the same ever since that injury. It's hard to come back from that. He's just, you know what you're gonna get with Teddy. Could he take them to the playoffs? Possibly. But Super Bowl, no chance. No chance. They certainly don't have the weapons for that, so it'll be weird to see what the Broncos end up doing. I think they're waiting for that Aaron Rodgers trade. But, yeah, we'll see. Up next we have the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Julio and A.J. Brown play together. That'll be very, very interesting. Of course, they still have Derrick Henry, Tannehill, decent QB. But, yeah, I feel like they'll certainly be a playoff team. Will they make a splash? We'll see. I don't know. I have to say they're contenders. You have to kind of think they're contenders just because their offense is so explosive. We'll see about the defense. I don't even know about the defense. Oh, they added Bud Dupree. That'll help. He is a good edge linebacker. So, we'll see. We will certainly see. But I definitely believe they're contenders. They just have so much talent. Up next, we have the Detroit Lions. Not excited for them. Not excited. What I am excited about is maybe Goff getting a fresh start. I don't know. DeAndre Swift in his second year. TJ Hawkinson, what is he, in his third year now? Fourth year. But good tight end. But yeah, we'll see, man. They just, the Lions, man. The Lions are gonna lion. That's all I can say. Up next, we have the Chicago Bears. They're an interesting one. Solid defense. Got some solid weapons on offense. Montgomery's pretty good. Allen Robinson. And they got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton he's a decent quarterback. He was stuck with the Bengals for too long. I think that hurt him. But it's, I don't know. I think he's gonna be alright. I think he'll be alright for the Bears. He's not garbage. He's just not good. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're gonna have to see. But I still have Jimmy Graham. That's funny. But yeah, they got, Montgomery. He's a decent back. And of course their defense, led by Khalil Mack. They got a decent defense for sure. Solid defense for sure. I could see them making a playoff push. But, I don't know. The NFC's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know. They might be able to sneak in, honestly. I think they could sneak in. Actually, the AFC is the one that's stacked. Usually the NFC's stacked. But last year, the AFC was definitely better. For sure. But they might be able to get in. Who knows? The Falcons. Don't know what to think about them. Matt Ryan. Is he declining? We're going to see. They lost Julio, but they still have Ridley. Still got Calvin Ridley. And they added Kyle Pitts. So, they got some freaks. They got a couple of freaks. We're going to see how they end up. Defense is still garbage. But yeah, I don't know. The Falcons they're definitely not a playoff team this year. But I think maybe next year, maybe the year after, they could grab some pieces and make one more run with Matt Ryan. Who knows? But this year, they're just going to kind of test things out, probably. We will see. Up next, we got the Buccaneers. They are good. They are the Super Bowl champs. They have most of their guys back. Just about all their guys back. And of course, they got the one and only Tom Brady. So they just have a ton of weapons. It's the same as what I said with the Chiefs. I don't see why they don't get back. I mean, they struggled all of the regular season because they didn't gel well together. And then when the playoffs came, they just kind of put things together, and they did what they had to do with their talent, and it was enough, and they won. Definitely could see them running it back, even if they have a couple of injuries. They're just I wouldn't say they're deep. They just have so much talent at all the positions that, like, if they lose positions. The rest of the talent will just kind of make up for it. So could definitely see them back in the Super. Then again, we have the Chargers. Got the Chargers. Herbert, second year. Is it going to be a sophomore slump? Is he going to continue where he left off? Who knows? I'm excited for him. Austin Eckler, good back, good running back. Still got Keenan Allen. Mike Williams, decent deep threat. We'll see. Defense still isn't very good. But I don't know. Maybe they might be able to be the second best in their division behind the Chiefs this year. I could definitely see that happening if Herbert plays well. But yeah, we'll see how the Chargers do. The Jets, they got Zach Wilson. Looks like he's gonna play right away. We'll see how he does. But not looking forward to the Jets season. I think they're gonna have one more year of being bad, and then, well, they'll probably have a couple more years. But not great team this year. Not great this team this year. But they look like they have their quarterback of the future, and possibly their coach of the future. They got what's his name? Is it Salah? Whatever his name is. He was the 49ers guy. But yeah, he's good. He could be good. We're gonna see. And we have the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins. Is he gonna be solid again? We will see. Justin Jefferson, sophomore slump incoming. Who knows? I think he'll be good again. Adam Thielen, solid receiver. Wasn't as good without Diggs next to him, but I think he'll still be pretty good. And of course, Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Their defense is garbage. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Who else did they add? They did add Christian Darrisaw. Don't know if he'll start right away, but could be good in the future here. But yeah, I mean they got Anthony Barr on defense, but not as talented as they used to be. But we'll see. The Vikings probably gonna be mediocre again. I think their high-powered offense could get them in the playoffs. I could definitely see that. We will see. Alrighty, Jaguars fans. We got the Jaguars here. Trevor Lawrence, he's gonna play. ETN out for the year. All good. James Robinson says, I'll do what I did last year. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence do. First year in the league for Lawrence, first year coaching for Meyer. It just, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. Definitely missed in the playoffs, though. They'll probably lose a bunch of games. It'll be Trevor Lawrence's first losing season in football ever. But yeah, and we got the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson. He's going to be good again. He's going to be good. They got no receivers. They still have Marquise Brown, but he's not that good. But they got a good defense, high power offense. Definitely see them hopping into the playoffs once again. And the last team we got, the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, probably going to be good again. Stephon Diggs, looking for another big year. Devin Singletary, big year. Zach Moss, big year. I'm kidding. They're not that good. They have no run game. It's weird, but they got high-powered offense. Added Emmanuel Sanders. Still have Cole Beasley. They got a good squad. They certainly have a good squad. And their defense, solid as well. That's it. That is it. That was a long video. Yeah, I'm excited.